All right. Oh, sheesh. Oh, just in case you are unaware, today is Good Friday, and I'm not going to be here for too long. Don't have that much to share, but I thought it would be nice to just come on here, sign in, and say, "Hey, look, I did my stint." But apart from that, look, I did want to share a little bit. Yeah, I have a guitar with me. Did you notice? Have you said one of these songs that everybody knows, that everybody loves, and let's see if I can do it justice for the sake of Good Friday, isn't it? Uh, for all of us Christians, I believe this is a very not only auspicious but extremely important day. You know, at least for me, it is. It is a very significant day because this is the day that we celebrate, or rather, observe and appreciate Jesus Christ's death or crucifixion. Yes, that's what we celebrate today, and the significance of that for each and every single one of us. Uh, yeah, that's it's a sobering time for those of us who are believers in Jesus Christ. Sobering not only because of the fact that Jesus Christ is an actual historically verifiable figure, uh, but also the fact that it is uh, it is something that this figure is someone that the world in itself cannot escape. In that it isn't just a myth. This is someone who actually walked the earth. This is someone who divided time, um, and this is our best, um, the closest we get to a true connection to our Creator. This very event, because this Creator came down in flesh as one of us to save us all. But yeah, that's uh, that's what we are turning our attention to today as Christians. I thought I'd just come on here and talk a little bit about that. Should we sing? Should we do like a whole church service type thing? And I'm gonna sing. Forgive my singing. I haven't warmed up or anything like that, but I'm gonna share. We're just sharing here, Christian type stuff, you know. Songa mwana kumama papa yawe kumama papa Zwanga mwana kumama papa yawe kumama papa Kisi asoni mama papa yawe mama papa Kisi asoni mama papa yawe mama papa All right, I'm gonna do the whole preaching thing now, just in case. The whole preaching thing. If I'm sure many people don't know this detail about me, and who I am and the like. But I'm actually a total son of a. Yeah, I got you there, didn't I? Got you there. No, it's not what you were thinking. I told you the other time. You are supposed to deal with your mind. Deal with your mind. What I was going to say is, I'm a son of a priest. Son of a priest. So I grew up around the word, having seeing it, hearing it shared, um, seeing it heal hearts, all of that kind of stuff. And so it is something that is very near and dear to me. All my Christians, this is the part that I know that all of you are going to be up in arms because, oh, you're doing love songs. All right, we'll talk about that some other time, but I'm a purely, fully devoted Christian boy, is what I am. Grew up in the church, raised in the church, still in the church. So yeah, that's me. But let's share today, I guess, a little bit, just for like a minute or so, because it's Good Friday. We're gonna do things in a good way. To share about this is more encouragement to um my Christian brothers and sisters who are um still struggling with how to share this great news of ours with the people around them. I want to talk about like the seedlings of faith. That's what I wanted to speak on, the seedlings of faith. To talk about a Nicodemus type of faith, one that is still very curious, one that is still without form. That's the type of faith that I want to talk about. And often as Christians, um, especially those of us who have been Christians for a while, we tend to forget what that initial stage of curiosity is like. And we are often offended by people asking us questions about our faith and just telling them that that is just the way it is, isn't enough for some people. So, what I'm trying to get to here is um, in sharing the faith, I have learned to be a little bit more lenient with where people are in their faith and their understanding and what they have grasped so far. Some people are just at the beginning, and we would be trying to feed them deep doctrinal matters like predestination and all of that. When all they want to know is there a guy who uh, died for me and loves me and will forgive me for all that I've done? And how exactly do they do that forgiving of me? But because I could ask the average Christian, how exactly is it we are saved? And what exactly is it we're saved from? And many will have trouble explaining that fact, especially in a way that other people can explain it. What are we saved from? We're not saved from the devil. We're saved from ourselves. We're saved from our nature as human beings who have an unredeemable spirit, an unredeemable heart, and as far as its desire for evil. Our hearts as human beings are unredeemable, right? Let's hold on to that fact. Your heart as a human being is unredeemable. And how then are we saved? We are saved by someone like us, right? Kinsman Redeemer coming into the same kind of flesh as we, so that he can be our kinsman, so that he can be like us, paying our debt, right? It's only a kins. So this idea of a debt, who exactly do you owe the debt to? You owe the debt to the principles of existence that God has established. That if you sin, you will die, right? And I can guarantee you, I have sinned today, you have as well today. And so, what we deserve is death. Many people interpret that to mean that you're going to die immediately you sin. But pay attention to times when let me pay attention to my own times where I have veered off course. It doesn't start today, the death. You eat a little bit of it today, eat a little bit of it tomorrow, continuously until a point where you are so far gone that everything is just going so wrong. So that death that you would experience as a human being is not a death of your physical death. It's a death that's very akin to hell. And hell, I consider as anywhere apart from God, right? And that's the sort of death we die. We go further and further away from our Father, from our source. And the further you go from the source, the more you die because you don't have the sustenance from the roots, from the source, right? And that's what that death is. And as surely as you and I do commit sin, is as surely as we die by drawing further and further away from our source, our creator. And in the same way, it would take only one person, the same person who is of our own, who has the same, who's in the same position as us, who's in our family, who's a Banai Adam, a child, human being in essence, right? There are those who are Banai Elohim, which are those who are directly created by God, and Banai Adam, who are descendants through Adam. We are those who descend through Adam. And because Christ, who is God, had to come in through a human being to be a kin to us, not be a Banai Elohim, but be a Banai Adam, which means he was a descendant of Adam. Through that way, him being a kin to us, he had to pay the debt. He was the only one who could afford it because he was the only one whose nature wasn't as corrupt as ours. He was the only one who is like Adam before the fall, right? He's a kinsman to us. He's a kin to us. He's like us in that he's a human being, flesh and blood, bleeds and all of that, tempted and all of that, but he did not sin, right? And because he was that blameless and him dying, us then accepting him to stand in our place in front of judgment by accepting him as the truth, the way, and the light, or the life, actually. By accepting him as that, he comes into us and he lives within us and he gives us a new heart, transformed heart, especially someone like me. Man, you don't want to know the sort of things that he's transformed my heart from. And I'm grateful that it is a continuous process. And that's what I wanted to bring our attention to, especially as believers already. We need to understand that this is a process, and you didn't get here from the first day you were born again. Right? This is a process, and it is to God to save, not us. It is ours to plant the seedlings by encouraging our brethren when they are down, by encouraging our brethren when they veer off, by encouraging our brethren when they are downcast, by encouraging our brethren when they are near the point of relinquishing their faith. That's what I wanted to share on today. This faith is one for sharing, right? It isn't one for comparing. It's one for sharing. We share this faith. Right? There is no ranking in this faith. We are differentiated, different in our functions, but not in rank at all, in any way. Anyone who will try to convince you that they outrank you or anything like that, I would worry. I would really worry. Authority, difference in authority does not equal the difference in rank, in the sense of who's in the kingdom, whose status is higher in the kingdom. It's like the least will become the greatest, and the greatest will become the least. It's that sort of a situation. The authority is there for the sake of structure while we're down here on earth. It isn't there to now start to walk all over people's heads and try and be God in their lives. But anyway, that's a story for another day. Just wanted to share that even as God has grace for us and our shortcomings and the things that we struggle with, this Good Friday, let us recognize the price that's been paid and that it hasn't been paid by us. And in that same vein, let us extend that same grace that was extended to us, to those around us who might not carry the same worldview, who might not carry the same understanding, who might not even be in the same life experience as us. Let us extend that same grace because um, the greatest commandment above all, as Christ put it, was love your neighbor as you love yourself. That was the second part of it. It was love the Lord your God with all your heart. That's the vertical aspect of the cross. And then love your neighbor as you love yourself. That's the horizontal. This Christian walk isn't just a vertical one, it's also a horizontal one. So let's learn to also extend a graceful heart on the horizontal. Because even this heart of ours that chooses to love the Lord isn't even ours, it was given us. Some people haven't yet reached the point where their heart of stone has been turned into one of flesh. So let's extend that grace as God is working on them. Let us be good examples to them so that they can continue on further down in their journey to be the same, to extend that same grace to those that they imagine or those that they encounter later on in life. So, yeah. Hope you have a blessed and sobering Good Friday here. As we observe this time, I hope that we can glean the importance of what exactly has been done for us. And that is through looking internally and realizing just how unredeemable your heart is apart from an external Savior who has come and has already saved you, past tense. You just have to accept it. Yeah. My friend Chris, I'm giving shout outs now as I look to close out here. My friend Chris is going to be super excited because he's under the impression that I'm a complete heathen. Like unredeemable. Yes, I'm unredeemable, but there's a redeemer who has redeemed me. Nonetheless, a kinsman redeemer at that. He's made me a brother. Imagine that. Imagine that. But anyway, shout out to my friend Chris. I don't know the details to his page, and as far as what he teaches and all of that, but I'll get it and edit here in the chat in case you're looking to be encouraged. Yeah. A couple of announcements here as I look to close out. Look, hey, we're still planning and working towards our September 29th date. Keep it in mind, September 29th. We're going to be sharing music, we're going to be sharing experiences, and we're just going to be together as a family and as a community who is proud to show up as our true selves and openly so, just being human beings who feel things and who are people who hurt, who cry, who rejoice, and all of these sort of things. A couple of artists are going to be there with us. One of them who has confirmed that she's going to be there with us is Zuri X. Zuri X, one of my good friends, nearly approaching a decade of friendship, her and I. And so I'm so excited to have her with us there. Another group of people who are going to be there is Arrange. If you haven't checked out their social media and all of that, please do. It's Arrange official. I believe they are such an amazing band, and I think you will enjoy their creativity and all alike. They are going to be there with us sharing music. So I'm excited about that piece as we work towards also profiling these people, so that you get to know who exactly is going to be there and what they think, what they believe in, and what they think, and their music and all of that. You just get to know them in a bit. Every month, I believe from next month, we're going to be sharing on these artists and helping us get to know them and what they're about and who they are. Apart from that, also, I'm gonna add the link here in the description later on. If you are looking to support um, our movement here, not specifically me, but just our movement as Bear. In case you don't know what Bear is, I'll be talking a lot more about that. You will definitely uh, find out. Yeah. So, in case you don't know about that, our T-shirts, if you're looking to support us, are going to be in the bio. Just click that, fill in the form that's going to come with it, and add in your the reference or proof of payment, and then we are going to send the beautiful shirts to you, which I will add in the description as well. Thank you very much if you've paid attention to me up until this point. I hope the message today was a lot more encouraging than my usual heartbreak type stuff. Also, just in case you have a story you would like to tell, um, I am more than happy to recount it for you. Just text me or write me an email anonymously. I think I will add the details down here for a Google form that you can fill in and all of that. And I will narrate your story for you, obviously leaving out names and all of that, and we can uh, discuss and have any questions that arise from that discussed. And also, if you have any questions, if you're in a sticky relationship or a sticky situationship or sticky situation period, send it through, and I will answer it as best as I can. Trust me, I I have some understanding of relationships because I started pretty early. If you've been paying attention to my stories this week, but anyway, thank you very much for listening. Should I play us out here or something like that? Would you like us to do that for me to play us out? Alrighty then, I will play us out just in case. What song? What song? What church song do I know? It's like beautiful. Mm, let's see. Yeah, this is gonna be pretty high for me. Okay, guys, better. Open the floodgates of heaven and let it rain. Let it rain. Open the floodgates of heaven. Let it rain. Let it rain. Open the floodgates of heaven and let it rain. Let it rain. Open the floodgates of heaven and let it rain. Let it rain. Yeah. That's me for the day. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I think I might do that a little bit more next week. I might sing a little bit more and put a whole performance in here. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comment section if you would like to hear that. All right. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you and adios.